What is going on? I'm Zedmont. This is about the middle of the Warships season number 7, so I figured I'm going to go through my 3 tech trees on the 3 accounts that I'm playing very casually. Very, very casually is the best way to put it. And I'm going to talk about my tech tree choices. I'm going to show you one battle where I'm only going to win, of course. And then that's it. So quickly, this season got a very, very bad start. There were 2 machine gun nodes and a flamethrower node, and warriors and riflemen, and people just got obliterated. But now that we've gotten past that, we've gotten all the way down into here, this season is actually fairly fantastic. I do not have instant training on this account, and I can farm engine rooms using any one of multiple different troop combos. I can use warriors, I can use heavies, I can use rocket choppers, I can use bombardiers, you can use critters even. So this account, I went full defensive mode. I've got all of the stuff maxed. I've got my cannons, machine guns, sniper towers. I went down to the bottom here and got boom cannons as well, and got an extra boom cannon up there. I think that was a bad choice. Probably should have got 2 cannons instead. But anyways, got rocket choppers. And then I actually went back up along the top and got shocks and Everspark. Everspark is required. I think if you don't have instant training, you need to get Everspark and you need to get Bombardiers, and then just call it a season. 4 engine rooms, 2 attacks, 1 chest, boom, Bob's your uncle, and done. Also got the lasers, working slowly towards getting some troop health and some artillery. Essentially, I've gotten everything possible in the tech tree, except for medics and shock mines, and shock mines is a glaring omission. I probably should get those soon if I ever want to go to 5 engine rooms. I'll talk about that later on. Anyways, let's get into an attack, shall we? We're going to use all Bombardiers because all Bombardiers with Sparky is just so ridiculously easy. We're going to start with that anyways. Might change it up. Should not lose many troops because Everspark's critters plus critters just means mines are cleared like a crazy person. Now on this one, we could go warriors and probably get 3 engine rooms. We could maybe even use critters to get that back one. But with Bombardiers, it just makes sense to stick with Bombardiers. Like I said, we're playing this casually, and there's nothing more casual than dropping Bombardiers. Now, one thing to be aware of and remember, of course, is that we're dropping troops onto the ramp, and the ramp means that things can actually shoot downwards and get a little bit extra range. It's the only instance that I can think of in Boom Beach where we actually have this vertical thing where there's extra range for things that are at the top. It's a little bit confusing and awkward, but once you get used to it, it's not terribly bad, not a big deal at all. So I just find that it took me a little while to figure out why the heck it mattered that a machine gun can shoot the Bombardiers, but it's all about that weird ramp angle. We're going to keep dropping critters to clear all of these mines because obviously we don't have medics. I don't know if I even have Kavan, possibly. I don't even know if Kavan's an option or not, but we're just dropping stuff and walking forwards. And it's that simple. Just keep throwing critters. We don't have to use smokes. We don't have to use flares. We're just walking forward, clearing all of the things in front of us. And Everspark makes sure that our troops stay alive. It's essentially just magic. Everything just goes down. We've only lost a couple Bombardiers, and the ability to clear your map, or get your chests, I should say, clear your map, is very, very easy with this layout. So this is the one that I use when I'm feeling fairly bored and I just want to get this done and I don't have a lot of time. Just Bombardiers, clear the engine room, and that's basically guaranteed to be a win a good chunk of the time. Because people are using rocket choppers and heavies and all sorts of weird stuff that isn't terribly effective. I mean, heavies and rocket choppers aren't bad. Mixing in Bombardiers isn't terrible, but this person's either didn't know how to read my base or just, I mean, we're at a fairly low tier, so it's not a big deal. But there's my first attack tree, picking up that chest, yay us, and should be able to progress a little bit further on. I'm going to pause, I'll come back on my other account, and we'll pick it up on the other Zmod account that's not spelled out phonetically. Back in a minute. Okay, so here we are on the Zmod account, or Zmot. we're going to go look at my tech tree on this one. This one's a little bit more interesting because we have 5 engine rooms. Now, when it comes to 5 engine rooms, I would highly, highly recommend not opening the 5th engine room until you're ready to get Seekers, because as soon as you go to 5 engine rooms, people are going to hit you with Seekers, and your times are actually going to go downwards. So people are taking my base down. Let's have a quick look here. That one's crazy slow. Well, 2 minutes. Where are we at? Where are the fast people at? 3 minutes, 7 seconds. 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Like, once you get in, look at this, I actually won with 3 minutes, 25 seconds against 3 minutes, 23 seconds on a 5 engine room base. Like, it just gets absolutely silly once you get into 5 engine rooms because Seekers are game changing. So at this point, I can farm chests using Warriors, using, what else we got here? I don't have Roxy, very, very different. Don't have this node right here, don't have that extra choice node in there. Don't have this choice node in here. Do have rocket launchers, do have shock launchers, but also don't have this choice node. So lots and lots of defenses missing. Really, really tempted to get this prototype in here, but I'm probably going to get this prototype first and then work backwards. So a little bit different. Definitely saved for the Seekers, and not going that bottom road saved me all sorts of keys, and as a result, I'm further along. Don't have mortars. Don't have heavies, don't have brick. I wish I had brick a lot of the times, but definitely lots and lots of ways to do this season. I know it got a bad rap, but I've been very, very happy with this season so far, just because there are so many different choices to make, and they all end up working once you get past 3 engine rooms, that is, of course. Now, I've been using some form of Seekers. I am definitely not the Seeker Whisperer, so let's just get into here and see if we can't take this base down. I found that fighting opponents has been spinning a fair bit this season. I don't know if there's no one at my level, or if there's no one at my level who have 5 engine rooms. Maybe everyone's above me or below me. Not entirely sure, but there we go. We're going against Meryl. This base is... You can tell that he or she is definitely focused on stopping Seekers. You need to have shock mines to stop Seekers. I don't think there's any other way to stop Seekers. What we're going to do, the other thing to be aware of is if you drop your Seekers in this corner, they end up going up to here and you get frustrated and yell at your screen. So you almost need to measure the distances and be very, very careful when you drop your Seekers. I'm going to drop my Seekers on the left-hand side, and then we're going to drop all of our troops over into here and just hope that they go back where I think they're going to go. We're going to drop all sorts of smoke. I like to use smoke to keep my Seekers alive. I'm very curious to hear if you guys also use smoke to keep your Seekers alive, or if you just rush and hope for the best. I mean, we know for a fact that my Bombardiers are back there are going to do fairly okay, and then it's just a matter of smoking them onto the next engine room, getting my Seekers happy as my Bombardiers clear this other engine room. I would really, really like to be able to get both of these back engine rooms. Don't know if that's going to happen. Somehow that shock managed to come out. Well, that shock launcher was still shocked, which is a bit confusing for sure. And this attack is not a great one, but hopefully we've got enough artillery and barrage where we can actually take some things down back here. I really, really should be flaring that engine room, but while that machine gun was up, I was a little bit nervous to do so. Now that we've got all of our Bombardiers rushing back, hopefully taking down, not a fantastic attack. As you can see, 2 minutes 48 seconds is going to be a loss about half the time, if not even more at the 5 engine room level, but hopefully my base can stand up. It looks like it might just do that. So this person is going to get all the way back here. We're going to have to wait on their critters. It's going to be very, very close. Throwing all sorts of artillery, all sorts of barrage. Thankfully, my shock mines have done some very, very good things, and this person has not been flaring in time. Just pulled out the victory by 1 second. So definitely not a fantastic attack by me, but realistically, this video is not about fantastic attacks. I'm not going to go clear all these attacks and move up ranks or anything like that. I just wanted to show you a couple different choices that I've made in my tech tree. If you have any questions about the differences between these, which I prefer, all sorts of stuff along those lines, please don't hesitate to let me know. This account obviously does have instant training. I'm going to pause one more time. We'll come back with my third account, which is again slightly, ever so slightly different, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so third account is the TMOS account, which is the HQ18 account. Need to do things a little bit differently just because the tech tree is locked somewhere down here. Again, it's at 6 engine rooms, which is not a big deal, but this account, no shock launchers. We do have the shock mines, no rocket choppas. Do have brick. It's all just ever so slightly different. I'm very curious to hear what you guys are doing, what mistakes you made, which things you went for. I found that rocket launchers were super, super uninspiring. I wish they were a little bit stronger against Bombardiers. Overall, I just wish there were more stuff that would do more damage. Like the fact that the laser that's down here is like laser beam 1. I wish it was like a laser beam 2 or 3 just to do a bit more damage. Anyways, this one's on a right side base. I've got all things packed in on the right with the left-hand side walk. Just trying to mix things up. My left-hand side base has been doing incredibly well, but it's been doing so well that I found that a lot of people have been starting to copy it. Either that or they've thought of it on their own. Either way, let's get into, again, Bombardiers, Everspark is just the key combo for most bases. We don't have Seekers here because obviously we're only 4 engine rooms. Probably could take down, again, 2 to 3 engine rooms just by using our wonderful warriors and or heavies, but we're not going to get into that. We're just going to drop all sorts of troops over here, and we're going to save a couple different troops for the left-hand side. I like to drop a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right. It makes it so you got to kind of watch what's going back and forth. We can see on the left-hand side that there is a boom cannon that's waiting for them, but thankfully they've managed to put their boom cannon that can be shocked in the same shock as the rocket launcher and the shock launcher. So definitely not a fantastic base by this person on this left-hand side. Please don't allow people to just completely ignore half of their attack. I mean, all you need to do with Bombardiers is look out for boom cannons, and this person made it so that we can shock their boom cannons without even thinking twice about it. So definitely an issue with this base, but overall, Warships is, for me, I've been enjoying it, and I'm curious to hear. It's definitely not replacing Boom Beach for me, and it's definitely not replacing operation attacks for me. I come in, I destroy NPCs, I attack my operation attack, and then I just fill my time as it's available. Sometimes I have no time available. I get 3 chests one day and 2 the next day. Overall, I'm really enjoying Warships. I think this season was incredibly well designed, except for the first bit. And that first bit totally broke it for a lot of people. So if you're just watching this just to see what's going on with Warships, maybe you just subscribe to my channel, maybe you found me in the browse. Anyways, please revisit Warships if you haven't already. I think this is a good one. I think it's a good casual time waster. I'm not super sold on it as a replacement for Boom Beach, but it doesn't have to replace Boom Beach. Anyways, that is my Warships catch-up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you haven't boycotted it or sworn at it or written it off for the season, because you got to remember, next season is based on this season. So push a little bit, get yourself up for next season, and hopefully they've got some great things in store. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm ZedMot. Hopefully you had a wicked weekend and Monday and Tuesday, I suppose. I shall see you tomorrow for War Factory. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZedMot. Peace.